Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai, and today I am sharing with you my first impressions on the Monochrome Manga Club reads for May. The Monochrome Manga Club is a name that I use to talk about the reads that I read with my in real life manga club. So I do run an in real life manga club at a local Barnes & Noble, and each month we have 2 first in a series reads, and then we have been doing 2 series reads. So our first in a series reads for the month of May were The Fox and Little Tanuki, Volume 1 by Mi Tagawa. This one is published by Tokyo Pop, rated all ages. We also read Volume 1 of A Man and His Cat by Umi Sakurai. This one is published by Square Enix, manga rated all ages. Like I mentioned, we also did 2 series reads. So we read Volume 5 of the Black edition of Death Note by Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata, and then we read Volume 2 of the Eternal edition of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi. This one is published by Kodansha, rated teen. I will not be talking about Death Note or Sailor Moon in this video, as we are past the first volumes in each series, but if you'd like to hear my thoughts on both of those volumes, definitely check out my weekly wrap-ups. So let's talk about The Fox and Little Tanuki first. So like I said, this one was one of the first series volumes we read. In this one, we follow a black fox named Senzo, and in this world, every once in a while, there's an animal that's born with special abilities, and Senzo is one of those. And he ends up actually being a very bad boy and using his powers for not great reasons. He gets punished by the sun goddess and is imprisoned for like 300 years because of his bad deeds. And so, fast forward into the future, the sun goddess releases Senzo from his imprisonment, says that he will get his powers back if he helps this little Tanuki pup become a servant to the gods. So he needs to train and teach this little Tanuki how to be one of these people to serve the gods. So Senzo's like, yes, this is my opportunity to, get my powers back and be freed of this prison. And he used to be this really great, fox, huge. He ends up having had his powers being sucked out over those last 300 years. So now he's just a regular-sized fox. So he's got, basically no abilities. And there's this little Tanuki pup who got abandoned by his family because he has these abilities, and he basically is a kid, and Senzo has to train him and watch after him and things like that. And you can see, just based on this cover here, how cute the Tanuki is, and the illustrations are gorgeous as well. But basically, throughout this volume, we are following Senzo and this Tanuki getting to know each other. Senzo getting acclimated to the fact that he's basically not anywhere near how he used to be, and kind of struggling with not having powers anymore, and also struggling with the fact that he's kind of becoming attached to this Tanuki. He doesn't want to admit it, but he kind of is. So this volume actually left off on a cliffhanger, so I'm actually looking forward to the next volume. But like I said, the illustration in this volume is very cute. A couple of our members had said it's kind of Disney-esque, and I can see where they're coming from, because a lot of the illustrations, especially of the Tanuki, looked a bit like Disney characters. There's even a dog in here that kind of reminds me of one of the dogs from All Dogs Go to Heaven. But yeah, we get a lot of characters in here. There's several characters that we see quite often. So I'm wondering how integral to the story those characters are. We've also got this beaded red necklace that Senzo gets from the sun goddess that really reminds me of how the necklace in Inuyasha works, where if he does something bad, the necklace kind of punishes him. So not really how the necklace works in Inuyasha, but kind of along the same vein of, getting punished when he doesn't do things he's supposed to. But yeah, super cute story. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I do have 3 volumes of this, so I am looking forward to continuing it. And yeah, so we really enjoyed this one and had a good discussion on it. And then we also read A Man and His Cat, Volume 1 by Umi Sakurai. I had not really thought this was going to be a story for me. This is a story about a very unique cat, and he is in this pet store, and he constantly gets passed over because he's not young. For example, he's not a newborn kitten, so because he's been at the pet store for a while, he's kind of grown up there, and so people don't want a cat that's a year old. They want newborn kittens or cute small kittens, and obviously our cat here is neither of those. But he even gets his price slashed in hoping that, somebody will come and purchase him. And that just doesn't attract anybody either until this elderly gentleman comes into the store and specifically asks to purchase him. So we follow this cat and his thoughts on being in the pet store and his experiences there and his feelings about, how he's constantly passed over and things like that. And then not really believing that this man wants him for himself. Kind of worrying about how whoever this man is purchasing him for is going to take his appearance, because he is a bit unique looking, right? But we also get a story of why this man is purchasing a cat and all the things that he does to try to make sure that the cat is comfortable at home and things like that. So we get both perspectives, which I thought was really great. We also see a lot of other characters in this story, like one of the workers at the pet shop. We get a chapter with her and her watching, this cat basically grow up in the pet store and seeing the price get discounted and seeing how the cat gets constantly passed over, and her feelings about how when the cat gets adopted, how all of that goes for her. And we also see one of the man's friends that he's been friends with for a long time, and how he reacts to this cat that the man purchases and all of that. There's also a little bit of story about the man's wife and his kids. There's a little bit of questions I have about things like that, because we don't actually get told where his kids are, what happened to his wife. We only know that he lives by himself now. So, yeah. It definitely is what the title says. The story is about a man and his cat. And I really, really enjoyed it. So much so that I went ahead and picked up the next 4 volumes, because that is what was at the store. And so I'm looking forward to continuing this one. Our Manga Club members had a little bit of a discussion as to how old our main character is. And I thought that was hilarious and a little bit disappointing, because they all thought that he was in his early 40s, and I told them I would have to disagree with you. I think he's definitely older than his early 40s, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. They don't actually say how old he is, but they imply that he's been friends with his really good friend for over 40 years, so he's got to be over his early 40s, I would say. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Definitely an unexpected thing for me to enjoy, because I don't enjoy slice of life type series for the most part. They're definitely not the type of thing that I normally will gravitate towards. But yeah, picking selections for the manga club has made me kind of step out of the box to try to, get titles that will help widen the types of things my members are reading as well. And by doing that, I'm also doing that for myself, which is great. So I really enjoyed it. We'll definitely be continuing with that one. So before I let you go, I do want to let you know what the June Manga Club selections will be. Like I had mentioned, we are doing series reads, and so we will be finishing Death Note with the Black Edition Volume 6. Really looking forward to that in the month of June. And then we will also be continuing our series read of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. This is Volume 3 by Naoko Takeuchi in the Eternal Edition. That's just gorgeous. I really have to say that these publications are very, very pretty. It is getting re-released in smaller, like normal size volumes. So an Eternal Edition, but in a volume that's more this size than this size. So if you're interested in collecting Sailor Moon, definitely check out the new editions. They just started coming out, so Volume 1 is out right now, but yes, we are on Volume 3 of the Eternal Edition. And then for our single volumes, it is Pride Month, so I wanted to pick up some volumes that will not only be LGBTQ plus titles, but since I will also be participating in the Manga Pride Readathon, which is being hosted by Bizarre Individual, Dynamic Dylan, and Rachel Catherine, I believe is her channel name now. I wanted to make sure that I was reading something for that readathon as well. So we will be reading Volume 1 of I Want to Be a Wall by Honomi Shirono. This one's published by Yen Press, rated older teen. This one just came out this month. And it's about an asexual woman who's a fujoshi, or a lover of BL manga. And she is married to a gay man who has feelings for a childhood friend, and I believe their marriage is arranged, and so the story follows them navigating their marriage and then following their relationship kind of blossom to a point where neither of them had ever had before. I think that's what the back says of this. Yes, the likes of which neither has ever experienced before. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those like friendships that will, be the friendship of a lifetime type of thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they navigate a marriage together. And like I said, I think their marriage was arranged. But I will find out for sure next month. I'm really looking forward to this one, especially because it's such a new release. And then we will also be reading Volume 1 of Whisper Me, a Love Song. This one is by Eku Takeshima, published by Kodansha, rated teen. This one follows two high school girls. One is in her first year of high school, and when she sees her senpai play in her rock band at a school performance, she falls head over heels in love at first sight. And so when she confesses to her senpai actually confesses back. But she realizes that maybe they both have a different meaning of the word love. And she begins to ask herself what love really means. That's what the back says. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Obviously, it's a girl's love, or a Yuri title. And so, yes, we had to make some last-minute changes because of supply shortages. These weren't the original titles I had chosen. But we couldn't use those because they weren't available. Could not purchase them. So we're going with these. I'm looking forward to both of these titles in the month of June. You are free to join us with our reads of both of these volumes, or our series reads of Sailor Moon and Death Note. As we are finishing up Death Note, we will have a new series read in the month of July. So definitely stay tuned for that. But like I said, if you're interested in reading these volumes along with me, definitely feel free to do so. And then you can either instant message me or comment down in the comments below of next month's Monochrome Manga Club Series First Impressions video to let me know what you thought of the volumes and if you will be continuing with both of the series. So yeah, that will do it for me today. Let me know down in the comments below if you will be joining me for June's Monochrome Manga Club reads, or if you will be participating in the Manga Pride Readathon. I would really love to know. If nothing else, you would just like to let me know that you were here. If you could leave me some kind of music emoji for Whisper Me a Love Song, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye!